You know, they say every generation is defined by a great struggle or tragedy. And it's wild that our kids will never know. There was a period in time in this country where you had to make a choice between being on the internet or being on the phone. They won't get it, dude. You won't get it. You'll never get it. You don't get it, man.
Internet or phone?
That was our World War I, man. Especially like in middle school. If a girl called the house, are you kidding me? You'd have to pick up the phone before your parents. Back in the day, we used to have this thing called landlines. It's like phones connected to the land for some reason. And I remember one time in middle school, a girl called the house. I raced to the phone, but my dad picked it up before me. He's like, hello, who is this? I was like, hi, it's Alice. Is this on there? He's like, what do you want, Alice? I was like, great, I'm a divergent. I'm in geometry with Hasan. I had a question for him. Can I ask him the question? He's like, okay, Alice. Why don't you ask me the question?
No way.
Then I'll ask Hasan. That's basically the way our parents are. Ages 0 through 30, they're like, no girls, right? Then when you're 35, they're like, why can't you talk to girls? That's basically let me kill me. That's the way our parents are.
Oh, cool.
Right? Our parents are like a firewall to the outside world. Your information comes in, then they disseminate it to us. It's like living in North Korea. And my dad is like, you know, he's the leader of the household. So when 9/11 happened, I was a sophomore in high school. My dad sits everybody down at the dinner table. And he's like, all right, Hasan, whatever you do not tell people you're Muslim. Do not talk about politics. I was like, all right, Dad, I'll just hide it. Cool. This just rubs off. We're sitting there, phone rings. I run to the phone, but my dad, he had a good first step, so he beats me to the phone. He's like, Dad, hello? I grab the second phone. Hello? And I hear a voice. Hey, you sand nigger, where's Osama?
Ooh.
He looks at me. You can hear me, right, you fucking Dune Coon? Where's Osama? He's just like, yeah, boy. Hey, you can hear me, right? 263 Regatta Lane. That's where you live, right? I'm gonna fucking kill you. Click. And my dad's looking at me. You ever see your parents and you see the mortality in them? Like, I'm looking at my dad and I see all 5'7" of him. And that's when I realized, no, I'm a dartbook. I'm a scaredy cat. You know the way it is. We can speak 2 languages. Garkibate. We can speak at home and outside. I should have said something. I didn't. We sit down, I hear foom, foom, foom outside. So me and Dad, we run outside and all the windows on the Camry are smashed in. And I look in the back and my backpack's open. I'm like, fuck, they stole my stuff. I reach in, I pull out my backpack. But these pieces of glass get caught in my arm. And now all this blood is like gushing down the side of my arm. And I'm pissed, I'm just like fucking mad. Man, fuck this, man. Like, these kids, they know where we live. They're calling us. They're timing this in real time, so they're watching us. So I'm running up and down the cul-de-sac, looking in the trees, the bushes. I look back in the middle of the street. My dad's in the middle of the road, sweeping glass out of the road like he works at like a hate crime barbershop. Just like, oh man, we got customers, low-kya gangas. We gotta clean this up. Zen, brown Mr. Miyagi, just like Miyagi. I run up to him like, Dad, why aren't you saying something? I'm not asking you, say something. He looks at me and he goes, Hasan, ye cheeze to hote hain, or ye cheeze hoenge. These things happen, and these things will continue to happen. That's the price we pay for being here. And that's when I was like, oh no, we really are from 2 different generations. Like, BMX bikes aside. Like, my dad's from that generation, like a lot of immigrants, where he feels like if you come to this country, you pay this thing like the American dream tax, right? Like, you're gonna endure some racism, and if it doesn't cost you your life, well, hey, you lucked out, pay it. There you go, Uncle Sam. But for me, like a lot of us, I was born here. So I actually have the audacity of equality. Like, I'm like, no, I'm an honors gov. I have it right here. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. All men are created equal. Says it right here. I'm equal. I'm equal. I don't deserve this. But I can't. As soon as I say that,
Different generations.
and he looks at me like I believe in Santa. He's like, Hasan, tum kabhi nahi samajh aayega. You'll never understand. I'll never understand. Dad, you're the guy that'll argue with the cashier at Costco when he doesn't let you return used underwear. And now you want to be the bigger man? Now you're like, no, let's be reasonable with the bigots. What? And then he just walks back into the house with glass in his feet. And I honestly don't know who's more right. Like, maybe he's right. I don't know, put your head down, Go be a doctor, get a house in the burbs, laugh later, let them call him whatever you want. But then I'm like, wait, isn't it our job to like push the needle forward little by little? Isn't that how all this stuff happens? SCOTUS decision, then this, then this. I don't know. The pendulum swings back and forth for me. And I know 9/11 is a super touchy subject. I understand, because when it happened, everyone in America felt like their country was under attack. But on that night, September 12th, it was the first night of so many nights where I felt like my family's love and loyalty to this country was under attack. And it always sucks. As immigrants, we always have to put on these press releases to prove our patriotism. We're always auditioning and be like, yeah, we love this country, please believe me. Nobody loves this country more than immigrants. I love this country, man. I fell in love in this country. 6 years old, Janice Malo. I saw her in the sandbox. I run up to her, first grade. I was like, Janice, I love you. She's like, you're the color of poop. That's memory number one. Remember the first time you experienced racism? You don't know what it is. I was like, what? Oh no! It's not rubbing off. I was fucking terrified. It was like racist conception. There were so many levels to it. I just wanted to wake up in a bathtub like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and be like, oh, it's all a dream. I'm JGL. It was all a dream. But it's not a dream. It's the universe telling you, hey, it's a fair and lovely world. You got to navigate accordingly. In the third grade, there was this assignment where Miss Anderson was like, hey, write what you want to be when you grow up. So some kids were like, I want to be an astronaut, or like, I want to be a firefighter. And I was like, I want to be white. And she was like, honey, what do you mean? I was like, I want this part of my skin to be all of my skin. And it wasn't one of those weird things like, I hate melanin. It's not that. I love melanin. I've never gotten a sunburn. I'm #blessed. When you're white and you're playing the video game of life and your avatar comes out white, you just get asked less questions along the way at each level. Right? Like you pop out, boom, I want to be Batman. Well, of course. Batman is white. Duh. Boom, I want to be president. Well, duh. 44.5 presidents are white.
44.5.
We've had a great track record. And I know the privilege debate. I know the privilege debate is very heavy for white people. I know you guys have problems. I've seen Girls on HBO. I get it. My dad did not give a shit about any of this identity stuff. Because he's an immigrant father. His rules with me growing up were very simple. No fun, no friends, no girlfriends. You can have fun in med school, which is a huge lie. It never gets popping in med school. I've never been to a club and seen like 9 dudes losing their mind. Like, yo, fellas, what's going on? What's going on? Residency, fam. No, it never happened. I got a career I hate from my parents. It's a lie. We buy into it. I don't know why, right? So by the time my senior year of high school had rolled around, I'd get to go to a school dance. I'd been cut from the basketball team 3 years in a row. And I had just gotten off this medicine called Accutane, so my skin and face was peeling. So I'm just killing it. I'm crushing life. So I'm killing it. No one did that. Don't clap. Don't clap. No one did that for that photo. No one ever did that at my school. It's too late. You can't make up for that.